We're back. If you're catching us at this episode, imagine you need to go back and watch from the beginning. The amount of history that has been shared here is mind-blowing, and it's definitely entertaining and worth the watch. Okay, so Suzanne, I've got a couple of questions. I want you to talk about Camp, PRISK, and your involvement with the PPMC, the Permanent Presidential Music Commission.
Okay, Camp, in it must have been early 2000. The AG's office called us, Mariela Oma. She called a group of producers together and said, look, this is what the law says. Can you guys organize yourselves into an organization? Because that time there was only MCSK. And the MD at the time had told producers that they're not supposed to be in MCSK, which was the truth. Okay, but of course everybody was up in arms or da 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 da. But the fact was that the law, the Copyright Act, okay, had actually sort of said, yes, there needs to be a performers association, a producers association, and a composers and authors association and publishers association. So
the latter is where MCSK now fell.
That's where MCSK fell.
Yeah.
Okay. So we set about to do so, and here's the thing. As a producer, I belong in Camp. As a composer and author, I belong in MCSK.
Yeah.
As a performer, I still belong in PRISK.
Yeah.
Okay. And a publisher, I belong in MCSK. So it's not that you don't belong, but you belong for certain things.
For what you do.
For what you do. Okay. So it took us many, many years because I think the AG's office went from supporting to sometimes not supporting. The industry did not want, there's people,
powers that be
did not want the regulation. But eventually, I think it was 2006, I mean, Bruce used to host, he was the first chairman, he used to host the board meetings in his house because we had no money. Okay? So we'd go for his famous biryani on Fridays and have a board meeting. Okay? So, I mean, we started like that, or we'd come and meet in the studio here, but really, we started like that. And eventually we were allowed, we were given the license, we were registered, the Kenya Copyright Board agreed that we were allowed to collect. But then, of course, there were so many, then MCSK didn't want us to collect, they kept saying, so there was a bit of fighting till we all finally got everybody to the table. And got MCSK, that was when Morris was there, to sort of agree, we must collect together. Yeah, we must collect together. So eventually, then MCSK got into its own problems and were deregistered because of not paying, then all of that. But we really tried to set it up so that really producers, you can register all the songs, they can be, they can be recognized digitally, etc., and all of that. So I left... was it 2014?
No,
but I had been there, I think 2014 or 2013. But I'd been there since 2000. I'm like, let somebody else do something. Do I think I have a monopoly on ideas?
And in that, was there compensation?
We, as a board, we got our allowances.
Yeah. No, I mean like for people who...
Yes, we started getting our nini. Even now, I still get my nini, my MPESA.
That's good to know. I mean, that's good because I wasn't there before.
It's little,
and sometimes
and maybe it's still in growing pains because of the whole compliance, whether people are agreeing to pay them and all of that. But yeah, there are some people who are earning some very good checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what about now the PPMC?
The PPMC I've worked with over time. We most importantly when we started, they started doing national youth workshops.
Yeah.
So they asked us, that time it was Acheng and myself and then a couple of other people. And we actually sat with Duncan, I think it was Duncan, and we wrote a curriculum to teach pop music with pop music history, like from Daudi Kabaka, whatever, and then teach them arranging, teach them note spelling. These are kids coming out of Form 4 who, and it was one of the most amazing times for me. They've continued to develop it and hone it, but I was very proud to be part of it at the beginning.
That is such a missing part of, you see all these things that you've talked about from the 80s
and also teaching them how to practice. Again, it's that whole thing, the proficiency. You know, talent without proficiency doesn't go far.
Yeah.
Doesn't go far. In fact, hard work beats talent
majority of the time.
time.
It's I say it's the dark side of the creatives. That super element. Okay. This one's a bit of a sad one, but it's just a celebration of life. Achiengabura. You guys did a lot of work together.
We did.
And I know that was somebody who was close to you. What would you say?
And I wasn't here when she passed away.
But what would you say was her contribution to the industry?
Wow, Achieng.
As a celebration, I mean, we can't have her here.
Achieng was very, very much a diva. She was one of Kenya's divas, really, to tell you the truth. Achieng really, what can I say? She led from the front, okay? I mean, we did a lot of the things like these performances and whatnot. We did this together. But she was really about performing and really performing with drama and, you know, okay? And she had this voice and this personality and whatever. And she was a composer too. She was a composer.
Did you do any recordings together?
We did. We did several recordings together. Nice. We did. There was a project we did with UNDP for women, where we wrote a song and we got some women in to perform with us. We did that often, actually. We did a lot of those projects. And then sometimes she'd come and tell me, I've got some money to do an environment song. Can I have your studio? And she'd work with whoever is here, Alex, Ulopa, whoever was here, and she'd work with them and go. And sometimes she'd say, look, Suzanne, I have an idea, but I don't have any money, but I want to get into the studio. Come on. In fact, I was like, this is what the studio is for people to have an idea and come in and do something with it. And we'll see where it goes. You know, we'll see where it goes. So she worked hard. She worked very hard.
And instrumental to the industry being where it is right now. In our way.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. And for it being taken seriously, for musicians to get paid proper money for gigs, those kinds of things. She fought for that a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, she did.
That's great to know. Okay, let's end it with this. I didn't want to start with this so that people just don't have this perception, but now you're in Ireland as a diplomat's wife, and it's what are you doing there? Where are you at in life? I mean, you're back here.
What happened was when my husband was appointed, we were wondering what to do here as well. So I took a sabbatical because, again, I went back to, if we cannot get artists paid for their music, we're not doing our job. Okay. Now, I did a strategic session in 2014 with a guy called Joram Munamo.
Yeah, I know Joram.
Yeah, and actually he opened my eyes to, because I told him, look, is this a hobby now or is this a business? I need to know now whether to agree that it's a hobby and, we'll be okay, we'll be drinking tea and whatever. So we went through a sort of 6-month strategy, 6-month session. Okay.
With Wild International.
Yes. Oh, nice. Yeah. And that was where the epiphany came. We have everything in. The missing connection is the sales to the customer. Okay. So how to fix that missing section? Kina Safaricom, whatever, they're selling maybe 100 artists. Okay. What about the other 6,000 who are registered at MCSK? Okay, what happens?
And the other 6,000 who are not even registered.
Yeah. Okay, so we're failing somewhere. Okay, we're not able to curate the music. We're not able to make it available. We're not able to, So I decided to start working on an app. I met a guy called Gachukia there too, and he told me, it's all very well, but can you go and do some real research? I know you know what you know. Okay, can it be backed by solid research? So, in the time now when I've been away, that's one of the things we've been doing. We did the research, we made the case. He then had some sessions with us. Every time I come back, he's like, okay, but it's been very slow, but it's being very systematic. So we're moving on. So that's what I want. I want to get to a situation where the telcos are not taking 70% of musicians' earnings. Where even if it's a co-op model or a network marketing model, I don't know what it's going to be in the end. But I want a situation where people can go sell their music, they can see the back end of it and see in real time, you know, all of that. That's what I'm looking for.
And that's what you're working on currently.
That's one of the things I'm working on. The other is when I got there, I was invited to a creative writing class. Now you have to remember, I've been a writer since I was a kid. Writing songs, writing poetry, writing this, writing plays, writing. So I said, okay, well, this would be nice to do. Let me start thinking about whatever. So I've been doing creative writing, all this time. Okay. And then I'm also writing a movie.
A movie?
I'm writing a movie.
So when you say you're writing a movie, the storyline and also
the script, yeah.
The script. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So and I'm being mentored by Jackie Boho, bless her soul. For
nice.
Yeah. So those are the things that I've been up to. I did a bit of a bit of charity work there with the diplomats. But yeah, now more than ever I want to get back into creative.
Yeah.
I always think, when I come back, whenever we come back, I'm getting a band together for sure. For sure.
No question.
No questions. Yeah.
The bug is always there.
Oh, it is. Okay, everybody loves to gig.
And is what's the music scene like at Riara Group of Schools?
Oh my.
I've got to ask that because it's part of the family. Yeah.
Oh, music is taken very seriously. Co-curricular and all co-curricular, but music is in particular taken very seriously. We have some of the best music teachers, you know, and some of them have been with us for ages, since they were kids almost. So it is with lessons. They have a marching band, you know, they have concerts every now and then.
Nice.
And then of course in the usual speech days and whatnot, it features there as well.
Nice.
And we've actually written a curriculum for RU, for Riara University. It was written mostly by Donald Otoyo and Duncan Miano. So we're just waiting for the
approval.
One, you've got to get some equipment. You've got to get now the other things, the other proposals around it.
Okay.
The building. We need the building.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yo, that's and last but definitely not least, Sub-Sahara. Is it still open if artists are watching this and they're like, yo?
Oh, absolutely. We've got SQ here now. He's one of our producers. Of course, Yulopa. We've got Kus. So it's happening, and you can bring in guests.
Guest producers,
and
it's not just the studio. There's
we've got Kevin doing video directing and editing upstairs. Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Okay. Thank you. Hey, thank you so much. I don't take this for granted, and I'm sure everybody watching is like, I can't believe it's over. It is. Don't worry. Subscribe for more. But thank you so much for just taking the time, being open, vulnerable, sharing, being real, and just for actually most importantly for your contribution to this music industry. Even I'm extremely blessed by it.
Asante.
Thank you.
Sana.
Hit that subscribe button. Adios.